to joining you all this evening. For our article, we selected Article 8 because we feel that bullying is a serious problem at our school. Gary speaking, and I suggested the article and then volunteered to write the summary of the program and needs met by the program. Christine was responsible for the program description and evaluation questions, and Jessica agreed to critique the evaluation design and findings. From there, we divided out the work, such as Jessica created the Google document with which myself and Christine added our work. I was responsible for helping to polish the paper, and then we all made our own Voki for our sections to be contributed to the YouTube video. Thank you so much, and we'll get started.
Hi, my name is Christine Scott. I work in Winston-Salem at Paisley Ivy Magnet School as a 6th grade science teacher. We chose to work on Article 8, and I focused most of my work on the program description and evaluation questions. Once we'd each finished our sections, we met as a team to compose our conclusion and the implication section. After we had done this, we did some editing and reviewing, and then we created these Vokies. After which I took all the Vokies and put them together to make this video.
Hello, my name is Jessica Smith. I have been actively engaged and responsible for evaluation design and findings for this critique. I have also helped with creating our YouTube presentation. Summary of the program evaluation. We chose to critique the Safe School Ambassadors program, a student-led approach to reducing mistreatment and bullying in schools. This article is an evaluation of SSA, a program designed to introduce a student-centered approach to bullying and violence prevention. The text opens with an abstract that outlines the basic details of the program, including design model, location, duration, and significant findings. Their summary suggests that the program was a success, but specific data is lacking to support this claim. No opening goal means questionable results.
According to PASAVAC, an evaluation of needs seeks to identify and measure the level of unmet needs within an organization or community, in order to justify the implementation of the program. The opening section of the article provides valuable statistics related to the need for improved bully prevention. National surveys show that around 30% of U.S. students in grade 6-10 report being involved in bullying, 43% of teenagers experienced cyberbullying in the previous year, and more than $10 million in 10 years had been invested to improve school safety.
Although the article mentioned that aggressive behavior in children can be attributed to family, peer, and community factors, the program actually does nothing to address the social-ecological theory. Some of the most relevant data for the implementation of this program shows that at any given time, 70 to 85% of students at a school are neither aggressors nor targets of mistreatment. Instead, they are bystanders who witness the aggression. Students have the power to encourage or discourage bullying. Research and field experience show that this inside-out, or student-centered approach can help key students realize their influence. PASAVAC also states that an assessment of needs should involve the socioeconomic profile of the community, the level of social problems within the community, and the agencies and institutions currently serving the community. But there is no description of these factors in the evaluation. Overall, we felt the evaluation could have been more critical of this lack of information concerning the local community.
The stated purpose of the SSA program is to prevent and stop bullying and violence. The evaluation team describes the SSA program as designed to target the socially influential leaders of different groups in school. The influential group of students is identified, recruited, and chosen through a prescribed process based on both staff and student feedback. In the article, the evaluators indicate that students are then trained to identify, prevent, and respond to aggression and mistreatment. By this, they mean that the students are trained to act as proactive and helpful bystanders, that they will interrupt mistreatment of their students, prevent mistreatment from happening, and really use their social influence to discourage their peers from doing anything that's hurtful or violent to other students. So they're supporting the students who've been mistreated and trying to change the social norm for what's acceptable. That several adults at each school are also trained to understand and administer follow-up meetings with student ambassadors. This allows the students to be provided with a year of development. It includes meetings every 2 weeks, documenting interviews in an action log, and those action logs are analyzed and reviewed by the trained adults. After the first year of the program, participants are invited to continue in their roles, but knowing that there will be some attrition, they invite an additional 30 to 40 key students to attend training to replace the non-returning students, and this also allows the influence of the program to grow from 1 year to the next. In the evaluation report, the primary research questions are around potential changes in attitudes, behaviors, and school connectedness of ambassadors and their closest friends. Data was collected through the school climate survey, an ambassador or key student survey, and a key adult survey prior to training in October and again at the end of the school year in May. This was repeated for 2 years. In year 2 of the study, the only difference was that students new to the program were given the ambassador key student survey and other students were not. The evaluators indicate a second focus on year 2. They are trying to figure out if the program has any long-term measurable changes in school climate and discipline that are directly related to high program fidelity. These parts of the evaluation do match stakeholders' values and participants' needs as suggested by POSVAC. The article does a good job of describing the methods of both parts of the evaluation, and the evaluators identify high-fidelity schools by looking for the following 3 benchmarks. They look for schools in at least their third year of implementation that have had 2 trainings or more by certified trainers and have completed at least 1 year-end survey. I have concerns about this portion of the evaluation. Being at a school where we're often given directives from administrators that are in another location in central office to implement new programs, I've seen firsthand what POSVAC describes as feign compliance without actually changing behaviors. And I think that this would be possible with the 3 standards.
The Safe School Ambassador program was designed in 2 parts. Part 1 was designed as a quasi-experimental design. This design was mentioned throughout our program evaluation book. This means that the program was evaluated before, during and after for a look at how things changed. The evaluation took place in 5 middle schools in Texas. The program was put in place to eliminate bullying in schools. The findings were demonstrated on graphs, and some findings were so small that they were almost insignificant.
In conclusion, we were able to see the advantages and how the program was evaluated. The authors described the effectiveness of the SSA program as promising and indicate an increase in frequency of student intervention to stop mistreatment of other students. Evaluators of the program agreed that the SSA recognizes students as a valuable resource in solving the problem of bullying and helping overall with discipline and the school environment. The program evaluation failed to recognize other factors that may have contributed to the decrease in discipline incidents and reports of bullying. Chapter 3 of our book also describes the need for clear and measurable goals. We found no evidence of specific, intermediate, or outcome goals mentioned in the report, a concern that should have been identified in the report. Thank you, and this concludes our critique of the Safe School Ambassadors program.